Hi everybody, John here from Danny and John Review It All, and I am going to give you an update today on my Ozempic journey. It's been about a month, 3 weeks or a month since I checked in, and I know you're all curious and excited and interested. Probably not, but I figured, I just want to do this periodically now and kind of check in. Let everybody know how I'm doing, what's going on, and how things are going. So, gonna keep it pretty short and a little bit sweet. Things are still going well. I'm gonna rip the Band-Aid off and just give some numbers. The last couple weeks, I don't check my glucose every day, but the last 7 or 8 times I've checked it, I check it every other day. And my glucose has been, my morning fasting glucose, overnight glucose, has been right around 110. It's been 107 to 113. That's very cool. My doctor kind of had doubts or thought that I might not really ever get down to that range. So here I am, and I am just now 6 weeks into Ozempic. I'm 2 weeks into the 0.5. There's 4 settings. You start out at 0.25 for 4 weeks. Then you go to 0.5 for 4 weeks. Then you go to 1 if you have to, or your doctor chooses to, or whatever the case is. And then there's 2. I'm sorry, not 0.2, 2. So it's 0.25, 0.5, 1, and 2, which that's a pretty big increase. I'm thinking I might not ever get to 2. I really kind of hope I don't. Things are going, knock on wood, things are going pretty well. My glucose is coming down. It's kind of getting in the range. My weight, I'm now down to 261.8 this morning. So that is down a total of just over 14 pounds in 6 weeks. Now, I dropped a bunch in the first week. It's kind of been, a series of plateaus, a little bit up and down, but mostly, it's kind of sawtoothing down, which is good. And truth be told, I haven't been really focused on losing weight. I've been more focused on trying to eat better, get more protein, drink a lot of water, more water than I had been. I'm a chronic non-water drinker, so it's been a change. I've had more water in the last 6 weeks than I probably had in the last 6 years. Trying to get some exercise. So I've been walking some, not as much as I should, mowing the lawn. I did have a couple eureka moments or kind of things that jumped out of me that kind of made me go, oh. And one was the house that we're in Central Florida. It's a new house, 2.5 years old. Actually, almost 3 years old. We have a whole home dehumidifier that really needs to be looked at or maintained on a very regular basis. Long story short, I have to get into the attic every month. Basically, I want to do it every month. I switch the filter and flush the system. The first couple times, the first 2 years, I'm not a small guy, right? 262 pounds, right? And when we first moved into this house, I was 295. I noticed the other day, I just did it the other day, and I had a significantly easier time getting into the attic, moving around the attic, doing everything I had to do, to the point where I got up there, I did my thing, I had to come down and get something, I got back up, I had, finished up, I did my thing, and I got down and I was like, well, I'm not out of breath. I didn't have really much trouble getting around up there doing the things I had to do. So that was pretty cool, I gotta be honest. That was actually very cool. And hopefully that just continues and things get easier. So that's one of the things I'm looking for, is life to just get easier. The day-to-day things, everything you have to do, life just getting easier. Glucose is heading down, my weight's heading down. We did have a viewer ask how hard it's been to make some of these changes and what I've done. It's kind of interesting because Ozempic is kind of dictated how much I eat, because I do not have the food noise like I used to. One of the things you hear about Ozempic is it cuts down, reduces, or eliminates the food noise. If you have food noise, you have this constant thing of, what do I want? What am I going to eat? What can we have later? That sort of thing. It's significantly reduced. I don't think it's gone, but it's not troublesome anymore. I do still think about food, but then my next thought is, but I'm not really hungry. I can go pretty good stretches of time without really eating much. And, Dhani's constantly reminding me to get my protein, have something to eat, try to eat smaller meals throughout the day, whatever the case is. And I have been doing pretty okay with that. Not as great as I could, but I'm getting a lot more protein, a lot more water, like I already said. Eating a lot less than I used to. We went out to eat with Dhani's parents 2 weekends ago. I went to Freddy's Steak Burgers, and it was like my third or fourth day after the first jump up to 0.5, the 0.5 shot. I felt really bad because her dad paid for lunch, and I got the brisket burger, which I wanted to try. If you go watch our Freddy's video. I got the regular sandwich there, but I really wanted to try this brisket, so this time I did. It was really good. I could not finish it. I got probably maybe halfway through the burger. I didn't finish my tots. I allowed myself to have regular soda. I only drank about half of that there. Now, transparency, I did get a refill and came home and later drank it all. But that is, at Freddy's, I used to get something comparable to Freddy's. I would get 2 sandwiches, a fries, a drink, a shake, whatever. So this is pretty cool. I wasn't even tempted to do all that. I was always a clean plater. I mean, I grew up on a farm in northern Wisconsin. Mom had meat and potatoes every meal, and you're just expected to clean your plate. So I did. And that's one of the things I battle, is cleaning that plate. Now I don't really worry about it because now more often than not, I can't. I've gotten really, really stuffed a couple times, and that does not feel good. We used to joke about having the beach for a while or whatever. But now it's like the ick is pretty significant when I get too full. So I really don't want to do that. So going really well, I think. Dhani's off to the side. She's kind of watching this and reminding me to do stuff or talk about stuff because I suck. The one thing I'm still battling a little bit, so sometimes a couple days pretty significantly, is constipation. I used to be a twice a day or 2 or 3 times a day kind of guy. I did okay for myself. Now it's I go sometimes 2 days without, and it's first of all, it's weird. I don't know that it's particularly healthy. Dhani's trying to get me to have Metamucil and that sort of thing, and I'm still working on that. Now the last 4 or 5 days have been better. I've been more regular. This is a terrible topic, I'm sorry, but I just want people to know that battle is real, battling constipation, or at least it is for me, and it's one of the published side effects, and I never had a problem with it before, so I think it's Ozempic. But other than that, I think everything else is going pretty well. I go back to my doctor on the 15th, so a little over 3 weeks. Let him view my results, my numbers. I will stagger him with the weight I've lost and how much my glucose is down. I think that's going to surprise him. And we'll see how it goes. I mean, I really don't know what other people do. I know that you start at the 0.25 shot milliliter, then you go to 0.5, then 1, and then 2. I don't know if everybody has to do that. I don't think so. I think they kind of, after the 0.5, they kind of base what you do on how it's going for you and how you're, what schedule you're on, and keep it hopefully as minimal as possible. I think, your body does adjust to Ozempic. So I think like anything else, they try to keep you on the lowest dose possible to continue making progress. So I hope that's the case. I don't want to get, I really don't want to get, I'm on a higher level, and I don't think I'll have to, but we'll see how it goes. So I will let you know if I do. Thanks for watching. Appreciate it. If you could like the video, that helps us out a lot. Subscribe if you're not. If you choose not to, we understand. And check us out again if you would. And leave a comment if you're on Ozempic or you're thinking about it. If you have good tips for constipation, I'd appreciate it. I'm still working through what's best, so I'm open to any and all things. Well, Not all things. Be reasonable. But yeah, thanks for stopping in. You know, I'll get an update in another couple of weeks or so and see how things are going. So thanks again. Appreciate it. Bye, everybody.